Good morning, my friends. Today, I want to share with you something very powerful, something that has the ability to change your entire life in just 30 days. Think about it. 30 days may feel like a very short time, but if used wisely, it can be the beginning of a completely new version of yourself. Many people wait for years, even decades, for their life to improve, yet they forget that transformation does not require a lifetime. It requires discipline, clarity, and daily habits. What you do every single day matters far more than what you do once in a while. Most of us dream of success, wealth, health, and happiness, but dreaming alone never brings results. It is your daily routine that creates your destiny. If your habits are weak, your future will be weak. If your habits are strong, your future will be strong. The truth is, your life today is simply the result of the habits you practiced yesterday. And your future will only improve if you are willing to change the habits you practice today. That is why these 5 daily habits that I am about to share are not just tips. They are the foundation of a disciplined and successful life. Now let me ask you, how do you spend your mornings? How do you invest your free time? What do you feed your mind with every day? These small, invisible choices are silently shaping your future. People often believe success is about luck, opportunity, or talent, but the reality is different. Success belongs to those who build systems of discipline, who train themselves to repeat good habits until they become automatic. Just like brushing your teeth is natural, success habits can become natural too, but only if you commit to practicing them daily for the next 30 days. Imagine this. 30 days from now, you could have a sharper mind, a stronger body, greater discipline, and unstoppable focus if you just make the decision today to follow the right daily habits. The problem is not that people don't know what to do. The problem is that they don't do it consistently. They get motivated for 1 or 2 days, and then they quit. But if you can hold on for 30 days, if you can push yourself to repeat simple but powerful actions every single day, you will notice a transformation that will shock even you. This speech is not about complicated strategies or secrets. It is about simple truths. If you control your morning, you control your day. If you feed your mind the right knowledge, you feed your future. If you stay disciplined with your time, you stay disciplined with your destiny. And if you align your habits with your goals, nothing can stop your growth. So, my friends, open your hearts and your minds, because what I am about to share with you is not theory. It is a practical roadmap. 5 habits, 30 days, 1 new life. The question is not whether these habits work. The question is whether you are ready to commit to them. Are you ready to transform your life in just 30 days? The first thing we must understand is that success is not a one-time event. It is the result of small and consistent actions repeated over time. Many people make the mistake of waiting for a big breakthrough, some magical opportunity, or a sudden change in their life. They think one day everything will turn around, but life doesn't work like that. Change is not built on rare moments of brilliance. It is built on the habits you repeat every single day. Consistency is the key that unlocks every door of success. If you do something positive once, it has little impact. But if you do it every single day for 30 days, it has the power to completely transform who you are. Think about it like water dripping on stone. 1 drop of water does nothing, but when the water falls again and again, day after day, it eventually shapes the stone. That is the power of consistency. Most people underestimate the value of small daily actions because they look too simple. Waking up early, reading for 20 minutes, exercising, writing your goals, practicing gratitude, these look like minor things. But when practiced consistently, they build discipline, strengthen your character, and create unstoppable momentum. The small disciplines done daily are what separate those who succeed from those who remain stuck. Discipline itself is like a muscle. If you train it daily, it grows stronger. If you ignore it, it becomes weaker. Many people struggle with consistency because they rely too much on motivation. Motivation is temporary. Some days you feel inspired, but on other days you don't. If your habits depend on your mood, you will fail. Success does not come from mood, it comes from discipline. Discipline means you do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. And the beauty of discipline is that the more you practice it daily, the easier it becomes. Now let's apply this to your life. If you wake up tomorrow and decide to read 10 pages of a good book, you won't see any change immediately. But if you read 10 pages every day for 30 days, that's 300 pages, the equivalent of one full book. If you continue this for a year, you will have read 12 books and your knowledge will be far ahead of most people. If you exercise just 15 minutes daily, at first it feels like nothing. But in 30 days, your body begins to feel lighter, stronger, and healthier. If you write your goals daily, you train your brain to stay focused. And in time, opportunities begin to align with your vision. These changes may not be visible instantly, but over time they build a foundation that is unshakable. Consistency also creates trust with yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. You begin to believe in your own word. The opposite is also true. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your confidence weakens. That's why it's better to start small and be consistent rather than start big and quit after a few days. For example, instead of saying, "I will exercise for 1 hour daily," start with 10 minutes but never miss a day. Because the real power lies in repetition, not intensity. It's like planting seeds in a garden. If you plant seeds every day and water them, eventually you will have a forest. But if you plant a few seeds one day and then forget for weeks, nothing will grow. Another important thing to remember is that consistency creates momentum. At first, it feels hard, like pushing a heavy wheel uphill. But once the wheel starts moving, it becomes easier, and soon the momentum carries you forward. That's why the first few days are the most difficult. The mind resists change, the body feels lazy, and old habits pull you back. You can fight through the first week. You begin to see small improvements. By the second week, the routine feels more natural. By the third week, it becomes a part of who you are. And by the end of 30 days, you don't even need to force yourself anymore because the habit has become automatic. So my friends, never underestimate the power of daily consistency. Greatness is not achieved in one giant step. It is achieved in thousands of small steps taken every single day. Don't look for shortcuts. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start small, but be consistent. Wake up early every day. Take care of your body every day. Feed your mind every day and work on your dreams every day. If you commit to this path for the next 30 days, you will look back and realize that you are no longer the same person. You will be more disciplined, more focused, and more powerful. And once you master the art of daily consistency, there is no limit to what you can achieve in life. The way you begin your day determines the quality of the hours that follow. If your mornings are rushed, filled with distractions, or lacking purpose, you spend the rest of the day chasing time rather than controlling it. But if you start your day with clarity, discipline, and focus, you take charge of your life from the very first moment. The morning is like the foundation of a building. If the base is weak, the entire structure will suffer. A strong foundation in the morning creates stability for everything else. That is why successful people guard their mornings with discipline, because they know those first hours are the key to directing their energy, mindset, and results. The truth is, how you wake up reflects how you live. Many people begin their day with chaos, pressing the snooze button again and again, checking their phones the moment they open their eyes, or scrolling through social media before even brushing their teeth. This weakens focus, drains energy, and puts the mind into a reactive state. When you wake up like this, you allow the world to control your emotions. Instead of planning your day, you are already distracted by other people's lives, opinions, or negativity. Success requires the opposite. You must start your day in control with intention and discipline. Imagine this: if you wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual and spend that time wisely, you can completely change your life in 30 days. That extra half hour could be used for exercise, reading, writing your goals, practicing gratitude, or simply planning your priorities. It might not look like much in the moment, but that single decision to rise early and control your morning has a compound effect that grows day after day. You will notice that your energy is higher, your focus is sharper, and your decisions are better because you are no longer rushed or distracted. You are in command. The morning also gives you silence, and silence is powerful. Early hours are the time when the world is still and your mind is clear. In that space, you can think deeply, reflect, and set intentions without interruptions. If you wait until later in the day, noise, chaos, or responsibilities consume you. But in the quiet of the morning, you can align yourself with your goals and prepare for the challenges ahead. This practice builds not only discipline but also self-respect, because you show yourself that your growth matters more than temporary comfort. A disciplined morning routine doesn't need to be complicated. It simply needs to be intentional. Start with simple habits. Wake up early, hydrate your body, move physically, and feed your mind. Exercise energizes you, reading strengthens your thoughts, and writing goals keeps you aligned with your vision. Even few minutes of meditation or gratitude can set a positive tone for the entire day. These small actions create a powerful rhythm. Over 30 days, you will notice that you are not just starting your day better, you are living better. The danger of ignoring your mornings is that your life becomes reactive. You spend your day responding to problems, demands, and distractions instead of creating solutions and opportunities. But when you begin your day with control, you move with purpose. Instead of reacting, you act. Instead of being pulled in different directions, you lead yourself with clarity. That is the true meaning of success, living intentionally, not accidentally. Consistency in your mornings also strengthens your discipline for the rest of the day. If you can conquer the first hour after waking up, you prove to yourself that you are capable of control. This victory gives you confidence to face bigger challenges. On the other hand, if you lose the morning, if you surrender to laziness, distractions, or excuses, you set a weak standard that follows you into every decision. That's why the phrase, "win the morning, win the day," carries so much truth. In 30 days, you can transform your mornings and, with them, your entire life. But it requires commitment. Don't tell yourself, "I will start when I feel ready." You will never feel ready. Means you act even when you don't feel like it. Wake up when the alarm rings. Move your body even when you are tired. Read when your mind wants to wander, even when you are uninspired. Because in those moments, you are training your character. That training is more valuable than temporary comfort. So never underestimate the power of your mornings. They are the secret weapon of discipline and success. Each sunrise brings you a chance to rewrite your story, but it begins with a choice. Will you wake up with purpose, or will you waste your most powerful hours? If you dedicate the next 30 days to controlling your mornings, you will see a transformation not only in your productivity, but in your confidence, your focus, and your overall life. The morning is the door to success. Open it with discipline, and you will discover that every day holds the potential to move you closer to your dreams. Your mind is like a garden. If you do not plant seeds of knowledge, discipline, and positive thoughts, weeds of doubt, laziness, and negativity will grow on their own. Just as the body needs food every single day, the mind requires nourishment too. The problem is that many people feed their bodies 3 times a day but starve their minds for years. They spend hours scrolling, gossiping, or consuming meaningless entertainment, but rarely dedicate even 30 minutes to strengthening their thinking. Success belongs to those who treat their mind as their greatest investment, because every achievement begins with the thoughts you allow to grow inside you. When you wake up and dedicate time to reading, learning, or reflecting, you are sharpening the most powerful tool you have, your brain. Every book you read, every new concept you study, and every lesson you reflect on adds to the wealth of your inner world. Over time, this builds mental discipline, sharp decision-making. Knowledge is not just information, it is the raw material of opportunity. The more you learn, the more patterns you see, and the faster you can act on chances that others ignore. But feeding your mind is not just about information. It is about discipline. Many people know what to do but fail to do it because they never train their mind to overcome excuses. Mental discipline comes from practice. When you sit down to read every day, even when you are tired, you are teaching yourself persistence. When you reflect on your actions each night, even if it is uncomfortable, you are strengthening honesty and self-awareness. The mind grows stronger with repetition, just as muscles do in the gym. If you only exercise your body once in a while, you will not see results. The same is true for the mind. It must be exercised daily through learning, focus, and reflection. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that success depends only on opportunities outside of them. They say, if I had more money, more support, or more luck, I would succeed. But the truth is, even if you are given opportunities, you cannot use them if your mind is weak. Distracted, a poor mind wastes rich opportunities, but a strong mind creates opportunities where none seem to exist. This is why you must focus on building mental strength before chasing external success. With knowledge and discipline, you can turn even failures into stepping stones. Without them, even success will slip from your hands. Reading is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to feed your mind. A single book can save you years of mistakes because it carries the experience of someone who has already walked the path you want to take. But reading without reflection is incomplete. After learning something new, you must pause, think, and ask yourself, how can I apply this? Where does this lesson fit into my life? That habit of reflection transforms knowledge into wisdom. It is not enough to collect facts, you must live the lessons. Another way to strengthen the mind is through writing. When you write down your thoughts, goals, or lessons, you give clarity to your mind. Writing is thinking on paper. It forces you to organize your ideas, confront your doubts, and track your growth. Over time, these small writings become a mirror, showing you how much you have grown and what patterns you need to change. Many great achievers kept journals not for others, but for themselves, as a way to train their thinking and discipline. Feeding the mind also means protecting it. Just as you wouldn't eat rotten food, you should not allow your mind to consume negativity, gossip, or meaningless distractions. Every time you engage with toxic content, you are planting weeds in your mental garden. Discipline means choosing carefully what you allow into your mind. It means replacing hours of empty entertainment with meaningful growth. It does not mean you cannot relax. It means your relaxation should refresh you, not weaken you. If you dedicate even 1 hour each day to feeding your mind, through reading, learning, reflecting, or writing, you will be a completely different person in 30 days. Your confidence will rise because your thoughts will be stronger. Your decision-making will improve because you will have trained yourself to think deeply before acting. Your discipline will grow because you will no longer let laziness or distraction control you. Most importantly, you will begin to see yourself as capable. You are investing in the one thing that cannot be taken away, your knowledge and mental strength. So remember, your body may win you applause today, but it is your mind that will build your future tomorrow. Nourish it, train it, and discipline it daily. The food for your mind is knowledge. The exercise is reflection, and the protection is discipline. If you practice these 3 consistently for the next 30 days, you will not only transform your habits, you will transform the way you see yourself and the way the world sees you. A strong mind is the foundation of lasting success. Once you build it, no obstacle can take your future away from you. Every person dreams of a better future, but very few are willing to shape their present in a way that aligns with that dream. The truth is, your life is nothing more than the sum of your daily habits. If you want to know what your future will look like in 5 years, do not consult an astrologer. Just look at your daily actions today. Are they building you or breaking you? Are they aligned with your goals or distracting you from them? Every day, every choice, and every habit is either taking you a step closer to your vision or pushing you further away. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence or opportunity, but because their habits are not in harmony with the future they desire. They say they want wealth, but spend their free hours wasting time on distractions. They say they want success, but avoid discipline, hard work, and consistency. They say they want health, but overindulge in what weakens their body. This gap between desire and action is the silent killer of dreams. The people who achieve greatness are those who bridge that gap by aligning their habits with the future they want. Transformation begins when you consciously ask yourself, what does the future I want require from me today? If you want to be successful in your career, then your daily habits must include learning, discipline, and consistent effort. If you want financial freedom, then your habits must involve saving, investing. If you want a strong body, then your habits must include exercise, proper rest, and balanced nutrition. The formula is simple. Your dream future is built by the habits you live with every single day. The challenge is that most people want change without discomfort. They want to grow without sacrifice. But habits that transform your life are not always easy in the beginning. Waking up early, reading instead of watching endless entertainment, saving money instead of wasting it, exercising when you feel tired, these choices require discipline. At first, they feel uncomfortable. But with repetition, what was once difficult becomes natural. And when it becomes natural, it becomes powerful. Your habits are like rivers. They carve out the direction of your life. The longer they flow in one direction, the stronger they become. To align your habits with your future, you must also remove habits that do not serve you. It is not enough to add positive actions. You must also eliminate the negative ones that quietly eat away at your progress. For example, you cannot build wealth if you keep the habit of overspending, cannot achieve health if you maintain the habit of neglecting rest. You cannot reach success if you continue the habit of procrastination. Think of it like building a house. If the foundation is weak, adding more bricks will not make it strong. First, you must remove what weakens the structure, then build habits that strengthen it. One of the most powerful truths about habits is that they compound. Just like money grows with compound interest, your habits grow with time. A small improvement done daily may not look like much today, but over 30 days, 90 days, or a year, it creates extraordinary results. Reading 10 pages a day may not feel significant, but after a year, you will have read more than a dozen books, giving you an advantage most people never achieve. Saving a small amount daily may seem too little, but over time, it builds financial discipline and freedom. Exercising for 30 minutes daily may feel ordinary, but after months, your energy, health, and confidence transform. Small, consistent habits always win over occasional bursts of effort. Your habits also send a message to your mind about who you are. When you keep the habit of discipline, you begin to see yourself as someone who is reliable and capable. When you break promises to yourself, you weaken your confidence. Every habit is a vote for the person you want to become. If you want to be successful, then every day must include habits that prove it. If you want to be wealthy, then every day must include habits of wise financial choices. If you want to be respected, every day must include habits of integrity and self-control. Your identity is built by your habits, and your future is built by your identity. The beauty of habits is that they can be changed. No matter how undisciplined your past may have been, you can choose today to begin building new ones. Change does not require massive leaps. It requires small steps repeated daily. Start by choosing just one habit that aligns with your vision and commit to it for the next 30 days. Once it becomes natural, add another. Slowly, you will replace your old life with a new one, built on discipline and consistency. At the end of the day, success is not a mystery. It is simply a reflection of the habits you choose. If your habits reflect your goals, success will follow. If they contradict your goals, failure will follow. The choice is always in your hands. 30 days of aligned habits may seem small, but it is enough to prove to yourself that you can change. And once you believe in your power to change, nothing can stop you from building the future you dream of. My friends, life will not change by chance. It will only change by choice. The habits you practice every single day are either pulling you closer to your dreams or silently stealing them away. In just 30 days, can transform your mindset, reshape your actions, and set you on a path that few ever dare to walk. Wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your life begins to reflect the future you once only imagined. Change starts with you today.